This is the Eaglemoss version of the 1989 Batwing, which is from the Automobilia collection, which you've probably seen in your local newsagents a few years back. Now at the time, I think these retail for around $9.99 each, and I have actually got a few of the other Batmobiles in my collection, but this one I was particularly interested in. But at the time, I did have my Ertl model kit, so I didn't really see the point in picking this up at the time, so I missed out. And so I just let it go. But with my model kit recently being destroyed, I decided to take the plunge and go on the hunt for one of these. So I went over to Vinted and I was very pleased to find that someone was selling this for a mere £5, £3 postage, fees on top, maybe between £8 to £9. And I couldn't be more happier with it, I really couldn't. So here it is, and the Batwing actually comes displayed in this very nice Perspex box, and they've actually included this card at the back showing the Gotham skyline, but if you look closer, it's actually a holographic effect to it as well. It's quite nice actually. Here's a closer look at the holographic Gotham skyline. I don't know if that comes across on the camera, but it is actually quite nice and really does look nice in the display. Here is the actual model, which is attached to this base, which has a painting of Gotham from above the clouds, which is quite nice. And this does actually remove from the base. Now this piece of plastic here that you clip it into is actually screwed in, so you have got the option to take that out and display it on your shelf without the case. I don't think I'll be doing that, but like I said, you can actually remove it and hold it here, so I can give you a bit of a better look. As you can see, like I said, the detail is actually very nice. It is well detailed. It does look in many ways like my Ertl model kit, but there are certain parts of it what could have been detailed better. But like I said, for the price point, you can't grumble. This is actually pretty good. They've even put a little bit of detail to the bottom of the Batwing as well. One of my main concerns is that the attention to detail just wasn't going to be there with this because it was such a cheap price point. But when you look a little bit closer, you can actually see that they have painted in the rockets on the side of the Batwing a red. When you compare this to the Hot Wheels version, where they just painted it a grey colour, and it really didn't look right. Everything else about it was the Batwing from the 1989 movie, but the rockets were a big eyesore. Another positive about this Batwing is that they included the lights at the front of the wings. Not only did they include these, but they included the lights that are underneath. Also, something else I nearly forgot is the attention to detail on these machine guns at the front of the Batwing. They really did do a good job at designing this and painting it really well. So my final verdict on this Batwing is, I think it's pretty good. I'm actually quite pleased with it actually. The attention to detail is amazing. The paint job they've done on it is amazing. And especially when you consider it was a £10 model when it came out, it's actually very, very nice. Obviously, if you want something a bit bigger with a bit more detail added, you're going to pay a little bit more. But for what this is, it is fantastic, and I am not going to be ashamed to display this on my shelf.